Well, I've spoken a lot about young people this week and the harm minimisation mentality that's sprung up over the past decade or so, where as a society, instead of getting rid of a problem, one that's causing deaths, even there I'm talking about these music festivals and drug use, we simply say it's all too hard and we should just make the problem safer rather than clean it up. Mental health issues with young Australians are on the increase and our suicide rates are some of the highest in the world. There's many reasons for this, of course, but increasing dependency on devices and the alienation that can bring, be it video games, social media, or just the inability of some people, adults included I have to say here, to put down the smartphone and make a human connection mean that the issue of screen addiction is real and it's putting a significant strain on many families. What to do about it is the real question, and that's why when I read about the work of a group called Vera Mentors, I wanted to bring this story to you tonight. Now, Vera Mentors is a military-style digital detox course run by Defence Force veterans designed to break screen addiction in teenagers through an intensive 9-day program. I found this story fascinating, I have to tell you. And to tell us all more, I'm joined by one of the boot camp mentors, Troy Methurst from the Gold Coast. Troy, great to have you on the show. Thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Hey, yeah, thanks so much for having me. Really appreciate the time.
And now I want to give my audience a little bit of your background. You enlisted into the Australian Army in 2003 as a combat engineer. You've been deployed overseas. You were promoted to the rank of corporal in 2009, and after a decade or so wearing the uniform, you were discharged and have been leading and mentoring people since that time. Now, how on earth did you come up with this idea? It's a cracker of an idea to deal with screen addiction. What was the catalyst?
Well, the catalyst for Vera Mentors was, well, each four of us who set the business up, we all had a skill to play. We each had a passion for helping kids in general, and we each knew that we could lead. I mean, we had that experience through the military. So how we met up, we met up by volunteering. We loved what we could offer, and we took a risk. We set up the plan, and the rest is history. Here we are.
All right, so when a young person comes along to your camp, take me through what happens. What do you see in these young people when they turn up? I'm told they're between the ages of 12 and 17. I presume you'll tell me, are they male and female? What is the sort of the harm that you're seeing that you're trying to remediate while they're with you?
Well, a couple of things I've just listening right now, Peter. We like to say that we're a program. The boot camp, I guess, you get the idea of military inspired, but it's a junior leader program, and it battles way more than tech addiction, although that is a thing, and we are able to work with that. For a kid, when they arrive, I mean, it's a bit of a culture shock for them. You're right, 12 to 17-year-olds, both male and female. We took the structure of Army basic training and condensed into 9 days, and through that we added in a lot of holistic healing aspects, nutrition, exercise, values, things that we see that are a little bit lacking in society. For a kid's perspective, they arrive on a bus, they're meted by us, they get off the bus and, you know, we take their technology off them, and so begins the program. 3 phases to the program, and by the end of it, we have them jumping out of planes and loving life.
Wow. I mean, it goes back, I guess, to Army cadets, for those old enough to remember Army cadets in school, or even actually way back to my time, starting out with brownies and guides and scouts, all of that sort of confidence-building programs. So often in schools now, Troy, they take away, you know, badges of achievement because every child's got to have a prize and you can't have some win and some lose, and all of those things that I guess build confidence over time with children. What's the response at the end of your 9 days? What do you see as an adult mentor looking at the child that came to you 9 days earlier? What gives you the sort of the benefit that you know your program's working?
Well, if I link back to the last question about the kids' perspective, when they arrive, they often had some poor behaviours and probably made some poor decisions in their lives, and then they see this military or, you know, dominant instructor there telling them to do something. to the end of the 9 days where the kids are embracing and hugging each other and just really loving life, it's so powerful to see them break through these negative patterns and behaviours and to reconnect with their families. Look, it's super empowering and very rewarding. It's a sense of purpose, which is fantastic.
And since you started this program, mentoring young people, have you had an increase in intakes to your course?
Oh, yeah, massive. The need in society is obviously there, and the success that we're having, it's working. And so, look, it just continues to grow, and we continue to thrive, and we employ more and more veterans who are willing to give up their time to come and help Australians. So it's so powerful to see, the kids getting rewarded, and then the byproduct of that is their families getting healed, but also the military veteran who may have lost their way or lost their sense of purpose since leaving the military to come back into the team and to do some really good work for Australians. So it's great.
And what do parents say to you, Troy?
Trying to describe that in words is too much. They love us. The passion that we have, their dedication to the family, they're super thankful and grateful and really love the work that we're doing.
One of the things I often notice when I go out to restaurants or I'm out on public transport, getting around a city usually, I notice how often people now don't even engage in human contact. All those non-verbal cues that perhaps we've always had in society are sort of disappearing. You can see there on the screen people walking along the street. Often we can't be without our phone. I have a brother of mine who makes anyone going to visit him put the phone in a bag at the front of the door, and you're not allowed to get to it. If you want to get to it, you have to go up to the front of the house and you have to look at it, then it goes back in the bag. You're not allowed to have it in the lounge room, you're not allowed to have it in the kitchen. You've got to engage with his children and him and his wife while you're there, which I think is fantastic. But you realise, certainly for me, the first time I put it in the bag and had to leave it up the front of the house, how addicted you are, and it just creeps into your life. You don't realise how bad it's got until your device is taken away. Do you worry that if we don't deal with some of these issues, and digital addiction is just one of them, I know, but if we don't deal with some of these issues and we don't get people to engage with other members of the society, not just friends and family, but other interactions, human interactions, we're going to set ourselves up for a lot of trouble in the future?
Without a doubt. Human interaction is a massive thing. And just, looking back at those shots you just showed, the people walking around, the basic effect on the individual, on their posture, physiological effects for that, and then the psychological effects. It's definitely going to have a massive detriment to our society. So definitely, like you just said, taking those times, setting the boundaries on the usage is a must. Reconnecting and having real deep and meaningful conversations from the heart to people, heart to hearts. That's one of the benefits of our program, that kids get to come back to see what that's actually like and to work in a team environment, to feel the positive effects of being around humans and without any judgment. Yeah, so there is a problem, and look, human interaction is a must.
All right, Troy. Amazing stuff. As I said, I read this story, loved the idea, got on to my producer who connected with you guys. Where can people find out more information if there's parents watching tonight, they say, yeah, I'm really keen to get my child involved in the work that you do? Where can they go for more information?
Great, yes. Look, the first port of call would be our website, www.veteranmentors.com.au. We have a lot of information there. I should say, Peter, the program, like you said, is got really successful and it's filling up fast. So get on board to the website, check it out. For more up-to-date information, Facebook is probably a good place to check as well.
All right.
Both the website and Facebook. Get on board.
Thanks very much, Troy Medhorst. I'll put all of that up on my own Facebook as well and direct people your way if they're interested. Thanks for your time tonight and good luck with the work you do.